Welcome back, Living in the Heart of Virginia. I just opened up this book here, and let's see here. I performed the incantation a few days ago. His body was being harvested. Just those two lines will give you an idea of the apparition and other tales of the supernatural, written by Jason Farris, who's joining us on Living in the Heart of Virginia. And Jason, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Now, Jason, for clarification, he is an employee at WSET, and normally he is on the other side of the camera. And
That's right.
He's very uncomfortable being in front of the camera. Tell me about your book. This is really cool.
Well, it's a short collection of horror stories. They're haunted houses, ghost stories, that kind of thing.
And you wrote this when?
I wrote a lot of it when I was in college, and some of it sat around, for a while. And it was kind of collecting dust, and I just kind of had to rewrite it and re-edit it and just submit it to the publishing company.
Yeah. There are a lot of people out there, and myself included, who are wannabe writers. In fact, they're probably half of our audience probably has something on their computer or gathering dust that has not been completed. As a writer, what did it take for you to complete this? I mean, that's great.
A lot of inspiration from family and friends. Yeah, definitely. Just people just kept telling me to write, So,
where did you? I'm always fascinated because, like I said, I've got probably about a dozen half-written novels on my computer hard drive, and one of the challenges for me as a writer, is probably many writers, is you get an idea, you get into the story, and then poof, the story dies.
Yeah.
You actually have beginnings, middles, and ends in your stories. What was the challenge for you in writing this?
A challenge is really like ending the story for me. It's always easy to start it and to keep going with it, but it's so hard to come up with a good solid ending. Something that hasn't been done already, something that is gonna really just shock the reader altogether.
Well, I don't want to do any giveaways here, but let me find the ending of a story. Okay, this story ends with matter, period.
Matter.
I didn't give anything away, did I?
No.
It doesn't really matter. What kind of success or what kind of response have you gotten to the work so far?
It's been good. Yeah, it's been really good. It's sold pretty steadily throughout the year and stuff. So.
You did a book signing, I think, at Gibbons Books last fall. News in Advance did an article on you.
Yeah. The Gibbons Books was part of the author extravaganza, which was featuring a bunch of local authors, and it was a really good time. We had a lot of people show up and get their book signed, so it was fun. And then the News in Advance in, I believe it was June, did a really great article too.
So do you have anything else in the works?
I do. I'm actually working on some stories right now. I'm working on 3 at the same time, so it's kind of tough to jump back and forth, to each story to get in that mindset. But I'm kind of working on a mystery that's set in the Old West. So it's a little bit different. It's a step away from the horror stuff, the haunted houses. And I'm also working on one. I really can't give too much away about the story to kind of describe what it's about, but it's about a drifter. And one last story is about. It's about a character who's sort of obsessive compulsive, and it's just a very sick and twisted type of story.
Well, let me. This is the story Stable. I'm just going to take it out with the first line from the story Stable. The initial cut was not really what I had expected.
Yeah.
And we'll leave it at that.
Spooky stuff.
And Jason, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you.
And more information about the apparition and other tales of the supernatural by Jason Farris. Book is available at Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Borders, and Gibbons Books. You're watching LHOV.